Each night, the ocean cried, but what I discover was not just water.
Amara owned a small seaside salon in a coastal African town, where salty wind brushed against palm leaves and waves whispered secrets at night. She loved her work, especially transforming people's hair into beauty and confidence. But every night, when the town fell silent and lantern lights dimmed, she heard something strange from the ocean, soft sobbing, like a child crying into the wind. At first, she thought it was just her imagination, yet the sound continued every single night, aching, lonely, and heartbreakingly real. She would stand outside her salon and listen. The crying always came from the dark stretch of water where the moonlight trembled. No one else seemed to hear it, and even when she tried to tell others, they brushed her off, saying the sea always made strange sounds. But Amara knew this wasn't the ocean's voice, it was a soul in pain. One humid evening, as Amara was closing her salon, a strange girl appeared at the doorway. Her skin shimmered faintly in the lantern glow, like moonlight touching clear water, and her long hair flowed behind her like silk, soaking wet, though there was no rain. Her eyes were deep, blue, and filled with sadness. "Please, can you help me?" she whispered. Amara hesitated only a second before letting her in. The girl didn't walk normally. She moved with careful grace, as if each step was unfamiliar. When she sat in the chair, Amara gently touched her hair and felt something otherworldly in its texture, soft like water, yet heavy with sorrow. The stranger never stopped trembling, and when Amara saw silent tears slide down her cheeks, she realized this was the one who cried every night. The girl finally spoke. "My name is Neriah, and I am not human." Before Amara could react, Neriah slowly revealed shimmering blue scales hidden beneath the shawl wrapped around her lower body. Her legs weren't legs at all, but a magnificent tail, wounded at the side, scales cracked as if once torn apart. Amara stood frozen, breath locked in her chest. A real mermaid, sitting in her salon. Neriah explained how she left the ocean because her kingdom banished her. Her hair carried her identity and power among her people, but something terrible had happened. "Every night I cry because I am losing myself," she whispered. "My hair is dying, and when it dies completely, I will vanish." Amara's heart shattered for her. This wasn't just hair. This was survival. And destiny had brought Neriah to the one person who could possibly help her. Amara's gentle hands examined the mermaid's hair. Tangled, weak, breaking. But beneath that physical damage was something deeper. The strands carried memories, emotions, and pain. Neriah explained that a powerful sea witch cursed her when she refused to obey the kingdom's dark command. She wouldn't sacrifice innocent humans to protect the ocean's throne, so she was punished. Her tail injured. Her hair cursed to weaken until she faded completely. As Amara combed through the strands, each knot brought visions, war under the sea, betrayal by those Neriah trusted, and loneliness heavier than the waves. Amara wasn't just a hairstylist anymore. She had become a healer of a broken soul. She promised Neriah gently, "I will help you. You will not disappear." For the first time, Neriah smiled through tears, a small fragile hope being born. Word spread in shadows. The ocean never kept secrets for long. Deep beneath the water, whispers reached the ears of those who didn't want Neriah to live. A dark force stirred. But on land, Amara began working tirelessly. She used herbal oils, ancient remedies, and love-filled care. She washed Neriah's hair gently, as if touching sacred life. At night, she listened to Neriah share stories of underwater kingdoms, glowing coral castles, laughter she once knew, and chains she could never escape. Each night Neriah still cried, but no longer in loneliness. She cried while someone held her hand. Healing wasn't instant. It was layered with pain, memory, and strength. Amara didn't know magic, but she had warmth. And sometimes, that was stronger. Days turned into weeks. Amara and Neriah grew closer. They laughed, shared food, shared fears. Amara learned how fragile ocean beings truly were. Neriah, in return, learned how deeply humans could care. Neriah loved watching the town kids run by, hearing market laughter, and feeling sunshine against her skin. For once, life didn't feel like punishment. But danger crept closer. Shadows slithered beneath waves, watching, waiting. A dark presence began to rise each night, whispering Neriah's name. Amara noticed the sea growing angrier, waves hitting harder, wind howling louder. Something was coming for Neriah, and when it arrived, the world would change. One night, the crying stopped. Instead, there was roaring. Water surged violently toward the shore, dragging everything in its path. Neriah screamed in terror. The sea which had found her. A monstrous figure of swirling darkness rose above the waters, voice echoing like thunder. Return what doesn't belong to land. Lightning cracked. Waves lunged at the salon. Amara grabbed Neriah, shielding her though she was only human. The witch laughed cruelly. You think you can save her? She is cursed. She will die, and the ocean will claim her soul. Neriah sobbed helplessly, but Amara refused to let go. That night, she didn't just protect a mermaid. She defied an ancient curse. When the storm faded, Amara made a choice. She would not simply care for Neriah's hair. She would fight destiny. She began searching for old ocean legends, talking to elders who whispered myths of sea magic. She learned the truth. Only someone who loved a mermaid selflessly could restore her hair's power. But that love didn't mean romance. It meant sacrifice, loyalty, and courage beyond fear. Amara didn't hesitate. She chose Neriah like family, like a sister bonded by fate. So she began preparing special oils made of rare herbs, chanting prayers old women taught her, and pouring every ounce of hope into Neriah's healing. Day after day, Amara worked on Neriah's hair. Each touch carried tenderness. Each comb stroke whispered comfort. Neriah's tears slowly changed, from sorrow into release, from pain into healing. She laughed more now. Her hair glistened again. The more love she received, the brighter her glow returned. Meanwhile, the town began sensing something magical happening. Though they didn't see Neriah's tail, they saw the mysterious girl with ocean eyes who never left Amara's side. They saw Amara's salon radiate warmth unlike anywhere else. Neriah now felt like she belonged, at least for a little while. But the sea which wasn't the only enemy. There were those underwater who believed Neriah truly deserved punishment. They feared her compassion. They feared change. One night, a warrior from the ocean came ashore to drag Neriah back. He didn't care about her pain. He only cared about rules. A fierce confrontation erupted. Neriah begged. Amara stood firm. The warrior threatened destruction of the town if Neriah didn't return. Fear spread like wildfire. People whispered about curses and danger. For the first time, Neriah wondered if staying meant hurting those she loved. Neriah made a heartbreaking decision. To save the town, she agreed to return to the ocean, even if it meant death. Amara's heart shattered hearing this. No, you deserve to live. You deserve happiness. But Neriah smiled sadly. Sometimes love means letting go, so others can be safe. Amara refused to accept fate. She promised to follow Neriah to the ocean and face the witch. The townspeople gathered silently as Neriah was carried toward the sea. The sky darkened. Waves roared. And Amara, without hesitation, followed into the water, even though she could not breathe beneath it. Miraculously, the ocean allowed Amara to sink, but not drown. It was as if love itself protected her. Beneath the surface, she saw Neriah's kingdom, ruined beauty, sorrowful subjects, and cold fear of the witch. The sea which appeared again, laughing cruelly, ready to finish the curse. Amara didn't bow. She stood boldly before the witch and shouted, "You've tortured her enough." Her only crime was kindness. Her voice echoed through the waters, reaching hearts, stirring guilt, waking buried compassion in those listening. Neriah wasn't weak. She was brave. The witch attacked. Darkness wrapped Neriah, choking her light. But Amara rushed forward, holding Neriah's hair, whispering loving words, promising she was not alone. Her touch burned with warmth, dissolving shadows. Light burst from Neriah's hair, scattering darkness like shattered glass. The curse broke. Neriah's tail healed, shimmering beautifully again. Her hair flowed brighter, stronger, reflecting hope. The ocean glowed. The witch screamed as her power crumbled, vanishing into nothing. The kingdom watched in awe. Love, simple, human love, had defeated ancient magic. The sea people bowed. Neriah was no longer banished. Instead, they begged her to return as their leader, a queen of mercy rather than fear. Neriah accepted, but not without tears. She turned to Amara, holding her tightly. "You saved my life. You saved my heart. You saved my people." Amara smiled through tears. "You saved me too. You taught me love has no boundary." Neriah promised the ocean would forever protect Amara's town. Their bond would never break, no matter how far worlds stood apart. Neriah returned to the ocean, not as a broken outcast, but as a glowing queen of hope. Every night now, instead of crying, the ocean sang softly, a lullaby of gratitude. Amara listened with a peaceful heart. Her salon became legendary, known as the place where love healed miracles. Sometimes, Waves shimmered and Neriah's reflection smiled at Amara. And though they lived in different worlds, their souls remained forever bound. Not by magic, not by destiny, but by love, kindness, and unbreakable friendship. And the ocean never cried again.
If you love powerful African stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell so you never miss another episode.